Hello again, Gills fans, and welcome back to Match Day Live, our first for a couple of weeks, and it's FA Cup day today. Team news has just arrived. Not many changes, as you said in the match preview.
Yeah,
you thought we'd go pretty strong, didn't you? And then we'd probably rest most of them for Tuesday against Reading's kids when we've already qualified in the Checker Trade. Two changes, as Boz has just said. Mark Byrne comes in for Billy Bingham, and Connor Ogilvie in for the yet again injured Bradley Garmston, but apparently it's not serious. What have you just read? Don Ballard's just tweeted.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anything previous, but Dom's just tweeted that there's rumours that Bingham's broken his ankle.
And he's not even on the bench.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one from the fact that the rest of the team, the only other change is Garmston, who was injured. So yeah. Is it two enforced changes? It'd be a massive blow because he's been really good the last few weeks.
We have just said, didn't we? It'd be typical Gills to just not mention it. I did it with Morris, we did it with Garmston. I think the first time he broke down, didn't announce
anything. He dislocated his knee and we didn't say much. Yeah, we sort of tend to find out when we see him hobbling around on crutches. But fingers crossed there's nothing too serious with Billy Bingham, but there's obviously a route. I've not had a chance, I've been mental at work this morning, so I've not even had a look to check on my phone, so I've not seen a thing. But in terms of team lineup, it's pretty. The only other interesting one, Steve Arnold back on the bench, no Stuart Nelson today.
Yeah, that's odd.
So does that mean Nelson's going to play Tuesday night with the kids?
Oh, I would have thought Arnold would have played that. Nelson, I don't know. I don't mind if they're splitting the game time. Unless
Lovell's just genuinely not sure who he wants as number 2 at the moment, that could be it. But it's a weird one because Nelson's been on the bench for the last 2 league games. You'd think it would have been a good opportunity. For me, if he was going to make a change today, it would have been a decent opportunity to get one of them in. One in and one on the bench maybe, and give Thomas Holy a proper rest. But Steve Lovell's obviously doing all right as gaffer so far, so we're not going to moan too much. Have you changed your reverse psychology prediction?
No, I'm still going with it. I'm going for a tongue-in-cheek 1-0 loss.
Not seen the match preview. Boz is now basing his predictions on the fact that every time he predicts we win, we lose, and he started predicting losses and we keep winning, so he's going for 1-0 Orient. I'm going to stick to 3-1 Gills. We've just had a look at their team. Obviously no Charlie Lee due to long-term knee problem.
Just the front two, wasn't it? But
David
could be
Mooney
dangerous.
And
Macaulay Bonne.
Macaulay Bonne, who's probably what you'd class as their star player. Yeah. They've got a couple of others that are, you know, that have played lower football league and high-end non-league for over the last few years. So hopefully be a decent game. Hopefully it'll stop peeing hard because it's horrible out there at the moment. Hopefully it won't be blowing in our faces because we're in the Medway stand today for a change. And we'll catch up with you nearer the ground.
The Gills, that is the message. Getting out to use for today. So got a bit of music and then we'll be right. Substitutes today: Steve Arnold, 26, number 2, Luke O'Neill, 7, Scott Wagstone, 10, Connor Wilkinson, 17, Nolan Wall, 22, Ben Chapman, and 24, Greg Cundall. Leyton green line as follows.
This is red. It used to be blue and white, it used to be red. Okay. But they're... Come on! Let's pull it back with left foot.
20 minutes gone 1-0 up. Just called that. Yep. I'm gonna be big-headed and say that I've just said Elliot List has been our best attacking threat, and he whips in a really good ball with his left foot, and Josh Parker's a free header. It's appalling from their point of view, isn't it?
I just said to you before, they work hard, but there's not a lot of quality in that side.
No, aside from probably Dave Mooney up front and the lad Bonne, who's meant to be half decent, they don't look all that, and this game's definitely here for the taking now. But it's been a bright start by us, and
yeah, I think like the List has been the man, I think, so far.
I said earlier, him and Claire down the right hand side have been really good. It's just a chance here for Orient, but Connor Ogilvie blocks it. But 20 minutes gone, we lead 1-0. time here at the Priestfield and we're 1-0 up. Very impressed, really, really good. In terms of getting it down, you said right at the beginning, you said that you thought Leyton were working hard. As soon as we matched them for that, we were very impressive, very on top. Yeah, they probably had 2 little spells.
I don't think Hardy's had a real save tonight.
So he got a bit bored at the end of the night. Conor Rope was coming in injury time, but luckily we got away with it. But obviously at 1-0, they've still got a chance. But yeah, we could be 2 or 3-0 up and it wouldn't flatter us at all. We've been really, really good. Elliot, his best performance in the Gills shirt for me. Who else has stood out for you?
I think Claire. I think he took a knock.
Yeah, that right hand side have been really good.
Been really good. And Hesse as well, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to say Max Amar again at centre half. There's a lot out there that haven't put a foot wrong. Mark Burns come back in, don't look like he's been missing at all. So.
Tom Hughes is playing as a winger again.
Yeah, you just want him in the box, cut the times. And you want him in the middle as well. But, all in all, really good. Half time, 1-0 up, and feeling confident.
Champagne football and get the kids on. Trying to get them both out there. Doing stopping the 3-0 up. 1 and the 2-1 down in front of the cup.
We have done a very Gillingham thingy and we are clinging on, aren't we? We've not started second half. Thomas Hardy's just had to make a worldie, tip over a 30-yard pole driver, and then I think he's just saved from the corner, he's tipped it over the bar. Orient on top here, and we look a completely different side to that from the first 45 minutes. We've changed the system, I don't get it. We took off our best player on the elite list. You can hear the Orient fans in the background, fair play, they're still having a good old sing-song. A couple of them had a bit of a fight with the steward, which ain't too clever, but suddenly we're in a game. 2-0 to the Gills. We stood up to all the pressure. You said before we come on air that despite being all this pressure on us, if we can come through it, then excellent. And that's Tom Eves, who's been just going to try and sit there. He's been average by all accounts today, but it's the rain of end. Mount Muscle's the centre half, cuts inside, gets the advantage, and then does really well to drill it in the far corner. So odds on him.
Going on, and next thing you know, he's putting in the net.
It's a good finish. Odds on him getting a hat-trick. He loves the rain of it.
No, I think he's coming off.
He's coming off, so he will not be getting a hat-trick.
Good substitution for Mason, number 9, from Eves, number 10, Conor Williams. Leyton Orient, number 27, James Leyton.
2-1. I'm not really sure what's happened.
No, I think they had a free kick, someone swung a boot and it was someone else.
But it's basically bobbled about 4 or 5 times, all the way across our 6-yard line and nestled in the far corner, and suddenly they're back in it. Last change for Gills now, Ogilvy's gone off and Luke O'Neill's coming on to play left back, which is a little bit of a weird one, but 12 minutes plus injury time to go, we still lead. It's all gone off a bit now, fun and games.
Still going on now,
Wagstaff's the victim of a shocking challenge, and then there's been what, 3 yellow cards, 1 for Conor Wilkinson who's stupidly got himself involved again, and 2 for them, 1 for the foul and 1 for someone else who's got involved.
Goal scoring got booked, I think
but it's just another thing that's just getting their backs up and their tails up and keeping them in this game. We just need to kill this off and manage it properly now. We respond. 10 minutes plus quite a bit of injury time there. He's the ball played into their box, easy playing for the keeper. Just starting to boil over a little bit. Matt Harrell's just made an horrendous tackle on Luke O'Neill. Yellow card, which is probably right, but there's 2 now in the matter of seconds.
You can see every time the ball's there, both players.
Would you say now there's a chance that there might be a red in this in the last few minutes?
Yeah, I think both those teams are going into it.
Don't want to go nowhere.
So, keep you posted.
Thank you very much indeed to those of us who came down today and themselves a safe journey home. And very shortly we'll be having some good times with Jordan. See you all on Tuesday evening.
Right, self and Boz just back in the car, full times, finished 2-1. Probably deserved it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Based on our first half showing. Second half, I thought we were very poor for the first 20 minutes.
Ourselves, but we're in the act, and that's what's important.
Yeah, I think you're right in terms of FA Cup. You just want to get into the draw for the next round. We've avoided a replay. We've won the game. It's another goal for Josh Parker.
He was good again today. We both said that.
Yeah, I said he was probably in contention for man of the match. They gave it to Jake Essenthaler, the sponsors. I've got no qualms with that. I thought he was very, very good. 3 headers in a week for Josh Parker, and then the big man as well got another one, Tom Eaves, in front of the Raineyman, but he's with his feet. Good finish. Minutes into people that need to get minutes, which was Connor Wilkinson.
Got on, Wagstaff got on, Wilkinson got on, yeah.
All the victim of horrendous challenges as well, which was quite well.
Yeah.
They all got absolutely cleaned out at one point. We did say during the footage, which you'd have seen, we thought there might be a red card. It had just started getting a bit niggly, and in the end, though, it was for just a.
It was for a little tug, wasn't it?
Pull on his shirt, and he'd already been booked. But I thought we should have gone before then. That the centre half, because he'd made a couple of challenges first half. He should have been booked. Yeah.
And then Martin, and we thought he should have been booked.
Yeah. But yeah, another good afternoon, a decent enough performance. Obviously, FA Cup's always tricky, and banana skins and that sort of thing, and upsets always get bandied around. So, as Boz has said, we've avoided all that. It'd be nice if we can get a kind enough draw for the next round. When was it? It's usually Monday night, isn't it? So,
yeah,
because there's games tomorrow.
And the second round's usually first week of December, isn't it?
So a couple of people have said Maidstone would be quite good. So then it would be Maidstone on the Saturday, I think, and Maidstone on the Tuesday. That could be a good few days in the lead up to Christmas, early Christmas present. But obviously the main thing is we wait for Monday. We're in the draw. Another good win, another decent performance. Steve Lovell, man on everyone's name on everyone's lips again. I think it's got to be his, surely, isn't it?
I think these next 7 days, I think beat Reading and hopefully we'll win next week. It's Bury next week, wouldn't it?
Be nailed on then, wouldn't it? That'd be, well, what now? He's won 3 out of 5.
He'd be on 7 games or 8 games.
He's won 3 out of 5, so if he wins the next 2, he'd have won 5 out of 7. Then you'd be stupid if you give it to anyone else, let's be honest, because all we keep saying is we want performances and we want results, and that'd be
and
both.
Today, when it was one of them, wasn't it? First half was very good. Second half, we had to dig in, but we got another goal and we held on. So
yeah, the only disappointment was their goal was really sloppy, but we'll wait until we see the highlights.
Before that, didn't they?
Yeah, which we mentioned live.
Long range effort, and then from the corner, only went.
Yeah, 2 long range efforts in the end. Didn't he? One he sort of shoveled around with both hands. The first one was a better save, dipping away from him, but I think the one from the corner, the header, was probably the best save of the 3. But as good as we were, we sort of said just before the end of the game that I don't remember their keeper having to make a proper save.
No, it was.
He's had a couple of sort of straightforward things.
There was a lot of them moments where we got in the right positions, weren't it? And then there's balls across the box. Like first half, we had
loads that flashed across the 6-yard line, and we could have got on the end of them. But yeah.
But if we're only having 2 shots on target and scoring 2 goals, I'd take that.
And winning football matches, it don't matter. They had one really good block right at the end of the second half when Josh Parker got out some sort of bicycle kick, and the defender done really. Was his name Caprice? Who for the 30-somethings like me will remember Caprice, and she looked slightly different back then. She had long blonde hair and used to strut around in a bikini in FHM. So if you're younger than me, then Google it. But all in all, Boz knows. A good afternoon, a decent performance, another win. We're in the next round of the Cup, and until next time, up the Gills.